I had a goal back in 2019 that I was going to get out more, travel, meet people, do more networking. Then 2020 hit. Fast forward a couple of years, things are starting to open up, and I think it's time I revisit that goal. Greetings everyone, welcome to the underground lair where we bring our creations to life. I'm Scott with Serkworks Art Labs. I'm a professional illustrator, designer, and mad creator. And as a creative person, I speak from experience when I say, many of us artists, creative people, well, we tend to be on the introverted side. So when 2020 hit, I was kind of like, yeah, I got this. And for the most part, I did for, a little while. I mean, I'm typically here in the underground lair working away, and I'm perfectly content with that. But I don't think any of us really thought that this whole thing would go on this long. And the more it went on, the more I kind of missed interacting with people in person. The world sort of got a chance to see what many of us creative people already know, that we can sit here, we can do a lot of this stuff online and everything, we can work from home. And for me, it wasn't really a whole lot different, but I started to miss that interaction with real people. And like I said, I had a goal that I was going to start getting out and meeting people, and I started to do that early 2020 or early 2019. And then it was kind of like, nope, that's over with, you can't do that anymore. And so I just kind of continued on the way I do things all the time, still interacting with my friends online. But now, things are starting to shift and things are starting to open up. California, which has, at least in the US, has one of the more stricter, guidelines as far as lockdown and things like that, started to open up a little bit. And I've got a lot of friends in California, and also, the Artcaster show that I do. I've met both Josh and Corey in person, but we've never all met together. Corey just happened to be on sabbatical and living with his family temporarily in California. So, I thought, well, not just me, but everyone was talking like this might be the best and possibly one of the only opportunities to get everyone together in one place. And also invite some other friends, like guests of the Artcaster show that we do, and get everyone together in one spot and just hang out. And so we kind of made it happen just last week, and it was a blast. So if you don't know, the underground lair here is located in a secret area in Arizona. And so I'm not too far from California, but it's about a 5.5 hour drive. So I just drove out there basically for the day just to meet up with some friends, and we met up, and now I'm kind of missing that whole thing. I mean, we just had such a blast, and I wish I could do that. I wish they were here all the time and we can hang out all the time. And that's not really an option, but at least we got a chance to meet up, and hopefully in the future we will get a chance to do that more. So I just wanted to come on here and to kind of encourage all of you to get out of your comfort zone. If you are an introvert like me, it's really, obviously you have friends online, you probably talk with them and everything, and maybe make an effort to see if you can meet up with some of those friends. Find out, who's close, if they're in your area. Maybe organize some kind of event where you can get together, or maybe if they aren't too far away, maybe you can do what I did and see if you can kind of get everyone to sort of congregate in somewhere, at some point in the middle or something like that. Now, depending on where you live, there could be a lot of opportunities for you to meet other creative people. Comic conventions is a big one. Whether you're just attending or exhibiting, there's all kinds of panels. A lot of people, typically when people come to a comic convention, a lot of those people are creative people, and you can find out who's going to that particular convention and then meet up afterwards for dinner or something like that. Also conferences, there may be like a local design conference here in Arizona. There's Phoenix Design Week. That's been put on hold, but I'm sure that's going to be coming back. There's other places have Adobe hosts events. There's all kinds of creative events. Just kind of do a quick search and see what events for artists might be in your area. Even if it's not in your area, like one of the things that I did was I met, Corey, my friend Corey, he's based in Idaho, and here me in Arizona, and we flew separate flights and we met in Georgia for the Creative South event, which is an awesome event. I think it's actually going to be going on this month if we're not too late. My schedule didn't work out for this one, but I definitely want to go back next year now that that's picking up. But these creative events are just really awesome just for meeting and talking to people. And there could be a lot of other events in your area, like drawing classes. I've attended life drawing classes, drink and draws, where you can meet with a few friends or over coffee or something like that and draw while you do that. That's a really fun way just to hang out and be creative at the same time and get together with some friends that you may not have had the opportunity to meet yet, or just meet new friends. Now, I realize this can be a little intimidating for people who, they're a little, more introverted, more shut in and everything. Some things that I would recommend that you do. When we went to Creative South, Corey and I just decided, this is somebody I already know, who I already have a rapport with, I talk with every single week on the Artcasters. So we just decided to meet up. So even if we get there and then we're just kind of sitting there and we don't know how to kind of introduce ourselves to anyone else or whatever the case is, which wasn't the case at all because everyone was super friendly. But it might be a good idea just to find somebody that you already know and get together with them and then go to an event. So at least you have somebody to talk to. And then once you're there, stretch out of your comfort zone and just introduce yourself to people, and you're going to meet so many new friends so that the next time you go back to that conference, it's going to be, this time if I was to go again, even though I'd want to go with Corey, I wouldn't have to because there's so many other people that I met going there that I'm looking forward to seeing again. And sometimes it's cool, like one of the things that didn't necessarily work out on my trip to California was another local artist here, Gary Hodges. Dinosaurs versus Marsbot, we've had him on the show. He wasn't really available, but he really wanted to, and we were thinking about making a road trip out to California. So, that might be an option too. And then not only you get to meet with friends on the way, but you get to hang out along on that drive if you're going to an event that's a little further away. So, maybe find, that central location. You get together with a friend or a couple friends, travel out there so you can get other people to, kind of come in there and meet somewhere in the middle. Another thing you can do is split a Comic-Con booth. My friend Joshua Kimball, he's been talking with other artists, getting a booth together, and then you get a chance to hang out with them. You get to promote your artwork while you're there, and it's really fun to do that. And you can shed some of the cost of that Comic-Con booth off if you're doubling up, if you're going in with somebody on a booth. And it's really not that hard to organize something like this. I've done this before. You can do it. It used to be meetups was the thing. I used to have a group called West Side Creatives, which is more of the west side of Phoenix, creative people meeting together, and that was all done through Meetup. Now Meetup has changed a little bit. It can be a little pricey, but even Facebook events, you can create an event and just set up an event, and then you can kind of see who's interested in going, set up an event, and just pull the trigger on that and get together and meet with some friends through Facebook, or just do a quick search on other either events that are going on or ways to set up your own events. Another thing, maybe talk to your local comic store. They're always interested in getting more people in there, so that might be a way. There's a venue there. If your comic store is big enough to maybe host maybe a couple tables or something, have people go in maybe in the evening or something and draw. And while you're doing that, make sure you're a patron of the store. People are buying things, and any comic book store that I know are looking to get people in there and looking to create events. And there's all kinds of events that are being creative. I mean, think about it. Free Comic Book Day, that provides a huge influx of customers to the comic book stores, to the fact that now they're even creating other events like that. I think there's a Batman Day, there's like Aliens Day, there's all kinds of different, any reason that a comic book store can have to create an event to get people in there, it's a plus for them. So maybe talk to them, and maybe they know, comic book stores usually have other artists that go into those stores and either try to get their books on the shelf or just talk to them. So they probably know other creators in their area. I was really surprised with how many other really awesome creators there are. And since then I've started meeting with a lot of them, doing events and things like that. So that's something that I'm going to definitely be doing more of. I'm doing Free Comic Book Day coming up. I'm also going to be, I'm not going to have a booth at Phoenix Comic Con. I'm going to actually be exhibiting at my local comic book store. They have a booth there. I'll be there. I think pretty much, probably Saturday, Sunday, just signing and doing things like that for them. And that'll also give me a chance to go out, something I usually don't do because I'm stuck at my table, but maybe check out some panels or meet with some of my other friends that are there. So that's going to be really cool for me. There are just so many events. There's a 24-hour comic day where you spend a whole day working on a comic, and that's a great way to get together with people, and then you're in like the trenches all day. It's like a marathon. And then there are some shorter events. There's another one that's where you create a comic, but it's not so much 24 hours. But there's all kinds of events like this that you can just look up. Or like I said, if you can't find any in your area, create your own. It's really not that difficult. So just to give you an example, here's how it works. Now, maybe you don't all have a platform, but like I said, you probably have Facebook, you probably have a way to reach out, you probably have ways that you connect with other creatives online. But for me, I am going to be creating a drink and draw. I'd like to do this every single month, get together, and if you're interested in that and you're in the Phoenix or Arizona area, metropolitan area, thereabouts, if that's something you're interested in, just hit me up on my email. It's scott@serkworks.com. Let me know you're interested, and we'll see if we can try to organize an event. I will put you on whatever mailing list or whatever that I have to let you guys know, and let's try to meet together because I really want to do more of this. And as I start to hopefully get out and travel more, maybe I'll have a chance to, like, say if I go to another state, maybe talk with some of my other friends that are in that state, or maybe invite and just go and because I really, not everyone's in the same place, but if I get a chance to go to other states, I'd like to actually, meet with other people and just have a really cool like drawing event. So just something I would encourage you creative types that are like me, a little more introverted, to get out of your comfort zone. Go to events or set up your own event. You're not going to be sorry. Every time I've done something like that, maybe there's a little bit of hesitation in the beginning, but once I do it, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I did this. I want to do more of this. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. So definitely do this, to pull the trigger. Make that stretch, whatever you're going to do, but start, getting out and doing more of these events. You're not going to be sorry. So let me know. Don't be a stranger in the comments section. Have you done events like this? Do you have any other ideas or other ways to set up meetups that may work better than Facebook or whatever the case is? Let me know in the comments section. I'm going to take off, but before I do, I'm just going to leave you with a couple little clips of what went down in this past event that we did over in Pasadena, California with my friends and my guests from the Artcasters. I will see you guys later. That is all.
Are we?
Hey, Jim.
What? Oh, hi. Hello.
What are you working on there, Jim?
I'm working on a scene from my new film called Sugar Machine, and I drew a trailer park, and it's called Kerr Gardens, and it's named after another famous artist named Corey Kerr.
What are you working on, Corey?
I have no idea. I'm drawing this face.
Will this face be animated?
It might. Right now I'm just moving my pen around.
Hey Josh, what are you working on?
Working hard on some life drawings.
Ooh, sweet.
Yeah.
I like the color palette.
Just doodling.
Hey Jeremy, what are you working on?
I am working on a couple of color thumbnails for a piece I wanted to do. I'm doing Medusa sleeping with her lover who's been turned to stone. And I'm just trying to decide, do I want to have it lit in moonlight,
nice.
Candlelight, moonlight. I'm just working out.
I hear variant covers are really big nowadays.
Exactly. I like to work them all out in the thumbnail stage before I move on to a final drawing. It gives me a better sense of what it is I'm really gonna, how I'm gonna change the line.
What are you reading, Ken?
Well, I'm reading Joshua Campbell's latest, Jacob's Apartment.
And how is it?
It's pretty damn good. I'm a big fan of Josh Campbell's work, and he brought this advanced copy, so it's just like I feel privileged and super exclusive.
I like
reading it, and it's just a lot of great mood and interpersonal, a lot of great interpersonal story,
Now, Josh said with these advanced copies that you have to post it, so I assume if I post this, then I can get a free advanced copy, right?
Oh, there you go.
Possibly. When will I be able to buy this in
And
stores?
here you go. You can use that for a transaction.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Also, you can follow me at Serkworks on social media, and now you can support the work that I do on Patreon. Do you like making comics? Then go to Serkworks.com and pick up the Comic Maker Starter Kit. It's packed full of fonts, brushes, templates, and more. And best of all, it's totally free.